anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The name, you might know me from my days. I was tearing up the stage, I was mashing up the place. Who would think a few years later I would change up my behavior to something greater? I get an encounter. God said, listen, daughter, I have an assignment here for you. This ain't what I sent you here to do. Michelle, girl, I love ya. Come back to your father. And right in that moment my heart was changed. One set of tears I got no more face than God for amazing grace. On a different page, nobody can stop my praise. Nobody can stop my praise. People say that I ain't changed. Them go say what they go say. Nobody can stop my praise. Nobody can stop my praise. I tell you, I safe on the inside. Nobody going outside. I safe on the inside. I'm leaning on the Lord's side today. I'm not going to turn back again. In Christ I go stay. It had nothing for me outside there.
But there's a big song right now, you know. There's a big song. There's a big song right now. Hitting up the areas of Trinidad and Tobago. Michelle Sylvester and Denise Plummer. I always make a mistake and say Denise Belfort. Look at what Denise gets saved. Don't laugh. You know that doesn't. You know, trying to go have Mr. Jason Shields sitting here in studio, and when I make mistakes, you know, as a colleague, before he, you know, he's been laughing at me, Trinidad and Tobago, and I doesn't appreciate that. You know what I mean? I don't appreciate that. I would like it if you cease and desist from laughing at your colleague.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. So I want to ask you about two things. I want to ask you about. Actually, three here, but I will start off with two.
Yeah, but you're going to continue one more time, right?
Three things I really want to talk to you about. You know.
Talk to me.
First one, I played a clip just now from the Attorney General and Ramesh Lawrence, the Attorney General Faris Alwari and the former Attorney General Ramesh Lawrence Maraj talking about the death penalty.
Okay.
The former Attorney General Ramesh Lawrence Maraj believed that the death penalty will bring back the fear into some brothers.
Okay.
And the present Attorney General is saying that the Pratt and Morgan and the length of time you have to wait and you know, that kind of thing.
So you're asking me the question now?
No, I shouldn't even ask you that because I know your position on the death penalty.
Yeah, you know my position on the death penalty.
You don't agree on the death penalty.
No, but even saying that, and I know people ask, so I'll say, it has nothing to do, well, obviously with those legal minds. You understand how, you understand the present AG's position, you understand the former AG's position, and my position has nothing to do with legality. Nothing to do with legality. But I am in agreement with not bringing it back because it's similar to my position on that thing that we discussed a few weeks ago with the God is a tree. I'm not necessarily a religious person, but I do understand spirituality, and I want to believe that in as much as this may discourage heinous crimes or crimes on the whole, I understand that, and I understand the call for it. But I believe that we should not venture into a world where the people who we need to stop, we need to venture in a similar world, because it would seem to me that you're trying to hide behind the law in executing someone because somebody executed another, all right, and not because you have law on your side that makes it right. And that's my whole position. I think it's sort of hypocritic. So that's just my position. I think we could find different ways. I think we could find multiple ways, and we could leave the death penalty out of it. That's just me. Of course, I mean, I just said it.
Okay. That's one. Two. The other thing I wanted to hear your view on is there's a call by Israel Khan.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me take that back. There was a call by the what do you call them? Law Association
Mm-hmm.
for international or to bring outside people to investigate the death of the two. Right.
Yeah.
Israel Khan is saying, as a senior counsel, he has been in practice. I didn't even know he was in practice 47 years now.
Well, since I know myself, I've been hearing that name. You know,
and I was a little boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Israel Khan is saying that he thinks that this thing about bringing in foreign investigators is demoralizing and showing no confidence in the police service in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
All right. What is your take on that?
Well, I think he's right in that regard, and given the fact that the present government showed some real interest in trying to get the police service to a place that it needs to be, they went outside of the police service to get someone to head it up in Mr. Gary Griffith. And as much as most of us are not always in agreement with the things that he does and the way that he goes about it, I think that if the police commissioner himself should feel in some way, not even embarrassed, well, yeah, to some degree embarrassed by the fact that they need to go, well, you talk about going outside of Trinidad and Tobago to get an arbitrary body to investigate this, because it says to them that we're still not satisfied that the police service is cleaned up. Also, it says that we're not satisfied that we have competent enough investigators to do something like that. And it also says that even if we do have those people, they themselves might be so close to the persons who may be held responsible for these acts that we may not get a true result. So I am sort of torn, because bringing in foreign investigators means also that we're going to be spending foreign exchange that we don't have, that we keep saying that we don't have, and we need to rebuild. All right, so I'm sort of torn about that, but I am leaning on the side of actually getting foreign investigators only because we need to sort of set an example, and this may be it. It may not work, but this may be it.
Well, after listening to Mr. Israel Khan, Mr. Israel Khan would have built my confidence in Mr. David West.
Okay.
Because he said that the police will not be investigating this matter. It's Mr. David West, the PCA.
Right, we have an independent, not an independent, but we have a body alongside.
Right, and they are not, the people who will be investigating is not police officers.
Well, okay.
So that you brought up there, Mr. Israel Khan would have alleviated that.
Okay.
And he is saying
which I understand.
What he's saying is that also he's saying that we need to give them a chance to do their job. In the remit of Mr. David West also has in his remit or in his thing that he could bring in foreign people if he choose. If he choose to, he can. But you shouldn't override him to bring in.
Which is something that happens too often in Trinidad and Tobago.
But that's why the minister said that they're not bringing in anybody.
Okay.
Right? Let Mr. David West do what he has to do.
I could understand that, you
Right.
know, and I could get on board with that. You know what? We need to have more people in who have positions where it is that they're not afraid to relinquish their position for standing up for what they believe in. And if David West believes that they're stepping on his toes because his responsibility is to do this, and he believes that they are not giving him enough opportunity to do it, well, then he should speak out. And he should say yes, no. He should say no, stop. This is how this is supposed to go.
Well, as I said to you, the Minister of National Security said that if David West wants to bring in foreign investigators, he can do so. If he chooses not to, and he thinks that they have enough people to investigate it, they will let them investigate it.
Do you believe that they are competent persons?
Of course they are. There are, and I think Mr. Israel Khan would have, in the interview I heard, Mr. Israel Khan would have brought out effective investigations by David West that has that right now is before the court with impeccable research and information.
I think that in the public eye, that what you're saying there might very well be true, but not enough of it comes to light.
Because it's positive news.
Well, I don't think it's positive news. I believe that it's not, it has nothing to do with positive news. I believe that the issues are not as grand for the public to say, we'll get behind. We say, all right, okay. It might be something that might pique their interest, and they'll say, well, okay. All right. But it's not something like this situation with Andrea Barrett that has gripped an entire nation.
But there are 174 police officers who are before the court for instances like this.
Well, great. That's fine.
That we do that as I just said before, that the police, that the media have not highlighted, and Mr. Israel Khan would have highlighted it and said that is something that, you know, and the other thing he was talking about is to categorize murder. So there is, and he also went as far as to say that the case that the former Attorney General has brought before the court will fail.
Okay.
A senior counsel saying that, and I was like, wow, that's cool.
Well, it's nice to know. It's unfortunate that this situation brings about this sort of information from these senior counsels, these legal luminaries, so that we can know. And it seems as though that they break it down so much that the layman can now understand much better.
But you know, my dad would have told me that on Saturday, yeah? I had a conversation with my dad on Saturday, right? And he said to me that that case would have fallen apart. But my dad told me how it would have happened. He said that he will lose the case, you know, and will go to the High Court. He will lose there too, you know. He said, but it's when he reached to the Privy Council. That is where we have to then look at. But he's coming in on Friday to give his whole legal aspect on that.
That should be interesting.
Very interesting. I can't wait to hear that. But So the other thing, so
next time you invite me here, write down what it is, because I need to go and do my role.
Well,
and while I'm here, I just want to highlight something. Well, not highlight. I just want to acknowledge one of your listeners. Right, he always listens to the Street 919 FM. He listens to you a lot, Mr. Dennis Jones, a good friend of mine.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jones.
He just messaged me, so I know he's locked on. Say good afternoon, top man. All right,
Mr. Jones, good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for the support.
You could say top man. Top man is his nickname.
Top man, yeah. Thank you very much for the support and the encouragement. The death penalty. I just wanted to touch back the death penalty.
Yeah, touch it.
The death penalty. To bring back the fear into these brothers. No, I understand people's view on the death penalty. Yeah? I am like in the middle. Why I say I'm in the middle? Back in Israel time, back in biblical times, if a man sleep with another man's wife, stone him to death. If a man thief a man oxen, stone him to death. If a man whatever the laws of God, how it went, he was stoned to death.
All right. There's a difference between...
But wait, just now. But back in those biblical times, as my dad and I always have the argument, back in those biblical times, I didn't see any. It never stopped men from thieving and sleeping with men wife.
Oh, okay. Because, well, the flesh is weak. Yeah?
Right, but no. But so then,
because the flesh is weak.
he knows, if God knows the flesh is weak.
Yeah, exactly.
But if God thinks that, right? If God was to think that stoning a man to death for doing wrong things would change a man or bring the fear of God into a man, and God realized, but it didn't change it.
Well, there is a distinct difference in that, and I will tell you what the distinct difference is. Okay? At the time, the only law at that time were the 10 Commandments. Okay? That's not the difference. That's not the difference. But the difference was, in biblical time, God himself, Jesus Christ or God himself, could have appeared in the flesh. And because they were the Ten Commandments were the only laws, at that point in time, he would have bring down the actually administer the judgment. And the judgment at that time, like you say, well, in some cases, to stone people, stone to death.
People used to stone them to death.
Okay. Well, we are at a point. I don't know how right it is, but this is how it seems to me. We are at a point in history, and we have been at that point for generations, where we have different cultures and different religions, but we definitely have one people, but we choose to separate. And because of that one thing about the different religions, and we have governments that have to oversee even all these religions, because they talk about biblical times, so I'm talking about religion now. Because we have to oversee all those things, because people have different beliefs, we can't have just the 10 Commandments to judge us. Okay? Not can't, but it doesn't seem as though it's the right thing to do. Hence the reason why, at some point in time, God is going to come back for.
Yeah, but all what you're saying is not totally true, because if you go anywhere you go in the world, there's nowhere in the world stealing is right.
No, we know, and hence the reason why some of what you're saying always applies. The thing with sleeping with another man's wife, a government don't care about that, because
well, that might be true either, because
okay.
if you are married and you are unfaithful, it gives the man the grounds to divorce you.
No,
and there are other legal aspects of it.
No, but that is not a penalty like going to jail for stealing or killing someone. That is not the same sort of penalty. That's not a penalty at all.
Well, there are penalties in the marriage court, in the family court. There are penalties to being unfaithful.
If you're talking about things like, if you're talking about when it is we go through the whole process of divorce and probably splitting assets and so on, maybe I understand that. But I'm saying it's not the same sort of consequence as if it is you're found guilty for stealing a man's ox. You go to jail.
Well, there are some judges might send you to jail. They might give you, if it's your first offense, they might give you some community work.
Well, even so, that's a penalty. But
still, I'm just showing you. At the end of the day, no matter where you go in the world, the 10 Commandments of the laws of God still exist. It is part of
the
governance of every part of the world.
It forms the basis of everything. I understand that. That does not change.
But my thing is, at the end of the day, this is something that has to. I think we need to. I don't think in our constitution there's something called a referendum, but I think that we need to come up with a referendum for certain things. Hear the view of the people. If the people say that they want the young man, then let's see how that go. But Jason have to go to the Royal Castle. Shut up the day.
Well, I'll go downstairs.
All right.
Nice.
The Street 919. Thinking of what to have for lunch or dinner? Here's a meal tip from Royal Castle. If you're on the go and want something easy to eat, try Royal Castle's Golden Chicken Nuggets. Enjoy these golden, tender, and tasty bite-sized treats of 10 pieces of nuggets, one side and a 16-ounce soft drink. with your choice of honey mustard or barbecue sauce. And not forgetting the kids. The Castle has a kids nugget combo too. Of 4 pieces of nuggets, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink. And our nuggets are made with the same delicious local flavors that we're famous for. It's the Royal Castle Golden Chicken Nuggets. Our culture, our taste. That was the Royal Castle meal tip on the street 919. That was the Royal Castle Soca Shot on the street 919.
Royal Castle happily presents our New Year giveaway. When you buy a family meal, you could be in to win some happiness. A kitchen appliance combo of a new stove, fridge, and microwave. Whoa! A living room set, a washer-dryer combo, or a dining room set. Other goodies include Samsung Smart TVs, grocery vouchers, or one of 20 tablets. Just write your info on your bill and slip it into the entry box in store. It's easy to win with our New Year giveaway.
All right, Trinidad Tobago, so I'm back with you. Going straight to the phone lines, 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, 466-5391. You can send your voice notes to 771-1791. Send your voice notes to 771-1791 and get in the inside. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir. I find this hanging thing supposed to wait till after the year we're going on about the case this month, right? Because the men done in jail already, right? They're done making time already. So that hanging thing, they wait until after them thief who rape the country and man in parliament. And they in parliament in trouble. It's them people have to deal with now. $50 million and have some more poor people in the country. It's them I deal with. I forget about hanging for now. So let me deal with them big men like sportsmen, all of them. In parliament in the country trouble because it's these people who make man watching. Right, all Tobago, Diamond, Tobago, rape case and looking to be president and prime minister. It's them people are supposed to deal with now. Because man wouldn't stop it. And what will happen? You see, younger generation, with them, it's them who deal with them people, children who rape the country.
All right.
So nothing will change.
Thank you.
Deal with them who rape the country.
Thank you.
Generation coming.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, afternoon.
Hi, Mr. Shields still there?
No, he stepped out.
Oh, well, I heard something you were speaking about with sin and land. Just came to me again and said, I think what happened this is my opinion. Man and mankind has categorized sin. They have big sin and it has small sin. In Jah world, sin is sin. There are no category as sin. So when somebody is stealing it at last and it had that, and if somebody murder, whatever, it has first, second, third degree, whatever, and they say, okay, different category and different penalties and all that. But when in the spiritual realm, to me, it ain't have no big sin and no small sin. It's just sin, and all will carry the same type of consequences for those sins. So I just saying that based on the conversation you and Mr. Shields was having. But it's not the end all and the be all, because we live in a society where is man making rules and regulations because Jah has given us that free to think and to govern ourselves. However, because sometimes we go contrary to Jah's plan, because man is not perfect, man is still flesh, man does give in to all the lusts and all the things of the world, and that has helped create problems. I'm speaking from a spiritual point of view and not in terms of exactly what we have in front of us physically right now to treat it in terms of the hanging, because hanging is a part of the society that man has created. But again, I would say while it may deter some, I do not think there is enough evidence to show that it is going to be a deterrent at a big scale. I think there are some people who are afraid of it, yes, and it could be ways. But I think it's more than that, and just putting that alone in isolation without other things in place to help change the minds of how young people think. All people, I mean, talking about African youth, I talk about all youths, all people, because we tend to, when we speak about crime and these things, that your mind does automatically go to the black youth and the black-haired children. No, all children from all races are involved in criminal activity, and we have to find a way to treat it positively and not only lean it on our side and say it's we the one doing it, so we know. I think we need to change the conversation and incorporate the fact that Indian children are also doing crime and other races are also doing crime. Thank you, Pastor Google.
All right, Ella, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. And, okay, so I agree with Jenny. And you see, this is the thing that when you have a group of people committing a crime, one may end up because he actually go out and carry out the murder, you know? And so that way you might say, okay, he going hang, but there are the people out there. But there are consequences for every action, even on your job. Okay, and like you said, and I too, looking at it spiritually, as we look at our Bible, when Jesus came, he said he didn't come to change the law, right? And also, I think in Mark, when Mark was writing, and Jesus healed, I think it's 11 or whatever, he said, do what Moses said. So it's way back then. He didn't come to change anything. He said, go and clean yourself. And Pastor Google, I have thought about this thing a lot. And I think, you know, before I would say, hang them. And then when I think about it, or, you know, after you settle down and you say, but, you know, this crime, he killed somebody, you killed him, you know? But I'm saying there are consequences. We can say what we want. We put people in place to do what we do, what we want them to do. So if you allow people to continue doing things, they're just going to continue doing things, right? So there are consequences, there are penalties everywhere, and they must, the law and the authority, which is the government, have to do what they have to do to take care of things. Because we cry out, oh God, we want justice. What is justice? What is your justice that you want? You know, I'm not the one to decide that. We put them there, let them plan, demand, and let them come out with a plan. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Helen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Let me have my opinion. Everybody's entitled of their opinion, and we have to respect that. Pastor Google, I'm over 40, and I was there in many incarnations of government from Patrick Manning regime straight up. When Ramesh Maharaj started to hang people, the empirical data is there that blood crimes went down. Murders was under 100 before they broke up with Ramesh Maharaj and Basdeo Pandey. Because that was one of the reasons why Patrick Manning lost his first decease was the election in 95, early election. Crime was out of control as well. So there's some people that saying that the empirical data is there, that under Ramesh as Attorney General and Joseph Theodore as National Security Minister, crime was at bay when the 9 people was hanged and stuff like that. But what Attorney General Ramesh Maharaj, taking out the personality at Ramesh Maharaj, he still was the most successful in my book Attorney General. People can say what they want, right? What people are saying is, and he says Attorney General Faris and Mr. Maharaj is that it's even harder now to pop people neck now, because by the time you go to the case management program that Attorney General Faris had said, the 5-year pattern Morgan is up. So it's even harder from Ramesh side 20 years ago to now to hang people. So what has to be improved, and what the Attorney General is doing is trying to take the profit out of crime and rise the detection rate with all that, with the number plate, with this protection program, you know, getting, the data, the license office data driven. So you start to make it part of Google. So if you drive down off a Maraval Road there, and the police officers at the bottom are traffic that lights there, they could punch up bam bam and pull all the data on your vehicle and pass to Google. So you knowing that as a driver, knowing that the country is data driven out, you started to take the profit out of crime and you started to rise the detection rate in case that they do things and that they might be easier to be caught. So it's not that easy to hang again from Lawrence Marriage at that time and now with Faris Awari, and there was a detection in blood crime under Ramesh Lawrence Barrage when the hanging occurred in that period. It was under 100. Thanks, Pastor.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Gugu. How are you?
Humble.
Oh, boy. Well, you have to stay humble and love. God is appointing you when it's time. If you put up yourself, He will pull you down. Pastor Gugu, you have. Now, the problem is not so much about the arrest rate, because if it was the arrest rate, then they wouldn't have 350,000 backlog cases in the court. The problem is the conviction rate and the ridiculously slow pace that the judiciary is operate at because of the stalling tactics of the law association. Now, if we want to start to put any set of investigations, before we do anything, we have to start be able to hold the law in the country accountable. Before we go to the Privy Council for anything, we have to start putting the lawyers accountable before the Privy Council. Because it is ridiculous that I can go in the court and stall the judge. Your Honor, I want a postponement. 5, 6, 10, 12, 10, 15, 20 times. And he grants me. That is the sickening thing that it has going on in this country. All the while, it has somebody suffering in prison. While a lawyer making money. Because every time, even if he spends 5 minutes, he has to pay. The defendant has to pay the lawyer for 5 minutes appearance, a whole fee. And this is the thing that we have a problem with. That is what creating the whole problem. And yes, we have an issue with police not attending, but when it is you have that you go there and 15 times the case has been postponed, purposefully I will believe, I would like to say, it appears by the lawyer. And sometimes the police gets frustrated, the police resign because of the amount of years, one case. Imagine a man gets charged for 2 sticks of marijuana and the case taken 25 years to call. Something wrong. And the people that are allowing that must be held accountable, which is the Law Association and the judiciary. So before we look to bring any other case before the Privy Council, I feel let's put them before the Privy Council to give account for the mishandling of the law in this country, which was creating a big problem and is still creating a big problem. And one mistake I have to correct you, Pastor Google. I heard you all speaking just now. And the mistake everybody does make is to believe that the death penalty was a deterrent. It has never been and it never will be. It has always been a punishment for a crime and a punishment to bring benefit to the country. Because they say if you have innocent blood that is unpaid for, it is a curse unto your land. So us not to continue being cursed. And if you realize we have been getting worse and worse and worse as a society, and that is because we have been allowing innocent blood to be spilled without justice. So the death penalty was never meant to be a deterrent, because somebody will always believe that they can escape, because there's enough things in the law that give them a chance to escape. But it was a punishment, plain and simple, so that your land will not be cursed. Gentlemen, you all have a nice day.
Well, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Pastor Google. How are you?
I'm all right.
I didn't hear Ramesh Lawrence Marage's statement But did he explain exactly how he set up his office to deal with all those hangings?
No, he didn't.
All right. I heard him some time ago. He said a special unit within the AG's office. And I think, I suppose that unit would have comprised a lot of attorneys. He also had a special group of police officers working with the AG office to pursue those matters. And therefore, he was on top of it 24/7, and he was able to, I suppose, beat all the deadlines and get all the information he needed in order to move the cases forward to the hanging. So it wasn't just a simple thing that people are talking about, that he was, that he was successful and negotiated. He planned his approach very carefully, and at one time I heard him, he described the entire system that he had working with him. Right? So if you get a chance and you talk to him again, probably could explain it to the public and they would understand. Now, I'm not saying that what he had in place then could work now, but I think that it's worthy to look at what he did and see if we could keep there some lessons there that could be applied by the current AG. One other thing, Pastor Google, you think we could get the society to change the description of our young African youth? When they refer into our young African youth, they refer to them as black youth. When they refer into the youth on the other side, they say East Indian youth. Why they can't use the same terminology? African youth, East Indian youth. Why they have to put these words in there, black? I think both Africans and East Indians are black people, not so?
Yep.
All right, Pastor Google, thanks.
Thank you.
I wish you would change.
Hey, Pastor Google. Concerning the discussion with you and Jason Steele. Hanging do deter people from killing, right? So they should try to go over or go around Patton Morgan and get that to hang people, right? Also concerning foreign investigators coming here, they have tried that. The Scott report, the George Scott report, nothing never come out of it, and that was a waste of money. It's only money spending. We have capable police here, investigators to do that. So we don't need foreign investigators for everything in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much for your voice message.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google, Trinidad and Tobago. People keep saying that crime was down. It wasn't down, it was lower than now. Just like the price of oil was lower than now. Just like of the price of food and motor cars was lower than now. So, whereas the death penalty may not be a deterrent, as far as I'm concerned, it's a reward for behavior engaged in. So forget the statistics, forget the fancy speak. It is the reward for a certain line of behavior or the consequence of that behavior.
It must be asked though, how come Ramesh hung the 9 guys, but he didn't anybody thereafter? Was it that he cleared out death row, and as a result there was nobody else to hang, or was his mission accomplished? I would really like to know if anybody could help.
And in correspondence to what the person who sent the voice note just said, I got a message from someone who's listening, and the person said to me, I want to make sure and read the right thing. The caller is incorrect. That is in connection to the caller who's talking about the murder toll going down. The person said the caller is incorrect. In 1999, there were 93 murders. But in 2000, the murders rose to 118. So it is not correct to say that, or to say that the murder toll went down under Ramesh Lawrence Maraj because of him carrying out the death penalty. So that's just in in response to what the voice message I just played, and I like how he put it across.
Big brother, good afternoon to you and good afternoon to your listeners. I am of the view, right? I am of the full view that bringing back the hangman is indeed a deterrent to crime, right? I think that it would also help to curb, right, to somehow curb the lawlessness of our country, because there's a verse in the Bible that says, because sin is not dealt with, right, speedily, right, it allows us to go back and commit the same thing over and over, if not more, right? A lot of times we look at the hangman being some sort of cruelty, for that of a better word, but it had reduced crime to a significant amount, right, back in the day, right? And I think it's because there's no sense of fear, right? It's because our country have no sense of fear, right? It allows people to go and commit crime over and over, right? But I think when it comes back, if and when it comes back, I think then there would be a curve in crime and it would go down significantly.
All right.
That's for sure. We really need to bring it back.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hello?
Call, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah. I am saying is, people saying that it wouldn't be a deterrent. Why we wearing seatbelts? I can remember growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, nobody wants seatbelts. As soon as you realize that a P morning now, you do have it on. Everybody have seatbelt now. And plenty of other crimes breaking a traffic light. So I believe that if you start hanging, and people know that once they get caught, then it will be a deterrent. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey, Pastor Google. You know what it is real issue here? The issue is consistency.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, right, we brought in investigators to deal with Mr. The gentleman in Lahokita, right? That was good enough. But here we have the agency that handles the enforcement of law and order, was supposed to handle the enforcement of law and order, and they appear to be corrupted. Because we have the head of the agency saying a man fall off a chair, and obviously.
Well, as I said before, the head of the agency sent out a press release saying that he never said that.
Okay, listen. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's what the agency said. And at the end of the day, it is inconsistent with what it is your top C said.
Well, as I said before, caller, and that's not the discussion that we're having, right? Number one. Number two, I'm just saying this to let you know. Number two, right now there is so much things that the media is saying that is being questioned. All right, especially where this case is concerned. All right, there's several things, and I don't want to get into it as I just said to you. No. We're talking about people are weighing in on the death penalty and statements made by Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Maraj, and the Attorney General, and people are asking, do you think that the death penalty will be a deterrent to crime?
And that's what I'm trying to get at here, Pastor. How we deal and how we treat with crime, and how we deal with whom we treat with crime is the issue. There's no consistency. On one hand, I'm just saying, for somebody who has a financial infraction of the law, we found it necessary to bring in investigators, right? But where there are two people who are now has lost their lives, and the detail and how it came about losing their lives, these investigators is not there. And what I'm saying to you is if we continue along that line, it's like one telling one child, if you do this, I'll beat you. If you do this, then you will go and stand in the corner. And if there's no consistency in what it is we do,
the prime minister was the one who would have brought in the investigators for that, for the whatever. And the other thing is that the prime minister would have felt that the military, which is the army and whoever, and the police, they are. He wants to get and I listened to an interview too today with Mr. Israel Khan, understanding clearly why the prime minister would have want to bring in foreign investigators for your whole security service is being questioned in the way they handle something. So call. I have to go for a break, caller. But I hear you. You made your point, which is you find that it's double standard, where one hand you're bringing in foreigners to investigate a man from Laukita, but on the other hand, you don't want to bring in investigators to handle the death of two men and whatever. I hear you, and I have to go for a break now because I have to really pay some bills. All right.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
IWER Stage presents virtual worship on Wednesday the 17th of February from 6 p.m. with Minister Ezekiel Joseph featuring Pastor John Corridor from Eternal Love Ministry International in Shoguanas. Join him as he lifts up and magnifies the name of Jesus. Remember, you can join us on Facebook, The Street 919 FM, IWER TV on YouTube, Neil IWER George on Facebook. We would like to thank our sponsors, Angostura LLB, Super Quality, Jilly's Catering Services, and Caches. Remember, you can text and win. Text 9191 from any B-Mobile or digital handset and win yourself a prize. Join us as we lift up and magnify the name of Jesus.
Enagic changed your water, change your life. Enagic Water Purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Nescafe 3-in-1.
A rich coffee aroma that fills your senses up. A flavor that you savor and overflows your cup. 3-in-1 coffee, cream and sugar, please. Rich, right, and ready to go. A perfect Nescafe.
Nescafe 3-in-1 coffee, cream, and sugar. Just add water and experience a perfect cup of coffee every time.
3-in-1 coffee, just add water, please. Rich, right, and ready to go.
Nestle, good food, good life.
White Oak.
With designate, don't drink and drive, and please adhere to COVID-19 regulations.
Johnny Q Auto Parts Division says it's an assault on battery prices. Pourmaster, Optima, Vata, and Megastar. Starting from $488. Yes, $488. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed by Massey Automotive. And only available at Tobago Color Shop. Suppliers of paint, plumbing, and hardware materials. Old Farm Road, Shore Park, Tobago. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 725 475-5873 or 474-2456. And in Trinidad at Johnny Q, 15 R. Peter Avenue, Woodbrook. Remember, batteries from $488.
Pastor Hannah A. Pabu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
You juice. And when me drink, me get a natural boost. Ginger, lime, and turmeric. Keep away every sickness. Get a bottle of this real spice. And a healthy choice in your life. And let me drink up the juice. And let me drink up the thing from the roots. And let me drink up the thing from the fruits. The you juice. En route to the ultimate you.
When you text on the street 919 FM, you can win weekly fabulous prizes. Text to win. Using your B-Mobile or Digicel handset, text your name to 9191, which allows you to win. One winner will be selected every Friday at 5 p.m. Listen, text and win. You can also view live streams on Facebook at The Street 919 FM and YouTube at The Street 919 FM. Text to win on The Street 919 FM.
Royal Castle happily presents our New Year giveaway. When you buy a family meal, you could be in to win some happiness. A kitchen appliance combo of a new stove, fridge, and microwave. Whoa! A living room set, a washer-dryer combo, or a dining room set. Other goodies include Samsung Smart TVs, grocery vouchers, or one of 20 tablets. Just write your info on your bill and slip it into the entry box in store. It's easy to win with our New Year giveaway.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on The Street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance, beat all talk.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
The time is now 2:06 in Port of Spain, and these are your news briefs on the Street 919 FM, courtesy IWER Stage. Use your handset. We do apologize for that. Use your handset and text 9191 to make your contributions. Health Minister Terence Dialsing said this morning that he will not be a part of the first set of persons to be administered the COVID-19 vaccine. He also said that government ministers would not be receiving any of the 2,000 doses being given to frontline workers today. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parisram said the vaccination process would continue from the Couva facility, which would be used as the main hub until 1,000 healthcare workers received their first vaccination doses. The trade union movement has planned several candlelight vigils across the country tonight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at various trade union offices. In San Fernando, persons will gather at the OWTU office on Circular Road and the Contractor and General Workers Trade Union office on Rushworth Street. There will also be vigils in Curep, Marabella, Woodbrook, El Dorado, and Port of Spain at union offices for teachers, estate police, registered nurses, postal workers, and waterfront workers as well. 2 San Fernando men were gunned down in separate incidents in the last 24 hours. Jamil CPO of Roy Joseph Street was shot at his home around 1 a.m. today and later died at the San Fernando General Hospital. He was 24. In another incident at Sobo Village in La Brea, around 3 a.m., 23-year-old San Fernando resident Aaron Maynard was shot and killed at a private carnival party. 2 other persons were injured in that incident. And those were your news briefs to 2 p.m. on the Street 919 FM, courtesy IWER Stage. Use your handset and text 9191 to make your contributions. Stay with us for one final major newscast that comes up at 4 p.m. I am Jason Shields. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
News919fm.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The name, you might know me from my days. I was tearing up the stage, I was mashing up the place. Who would think a few years later I would change up my behavior to something greater? I get an encounter. God said, listen, daughter, I have an assignment here for you. This ain't what I send you outside day. Say it had nothing for me. It had nothing for me. Nothing for me outside day. No way. No demon in hell can conquer me. I am under a new authority. I can't change my past or change my heart. Bring a new wine out of me. This will have nothing to offer me. In Jesus I find security. I tell you I safe on the inside. I'm not going back outside. Amazing grace. Now I turn a different page. Nobody can stop my praise. Nobody can stop my praise. People say that I ain't changed. Them go say what they go say. Nobody can stop my praise. Nobody can stop my praise. I tell you I safe on the inside. Nobody going outside. I safe on the inside. I'm leaning on the Lord's side today. I'm not going to turn back again. In Christ I go stay. It's nothing for me outside there. And nothing for me. No. Nobody can stop my praise. Nobody can stop my praise. And nothing for me.
All right, so I am still here with you.
Tell them it has nothing.
Still here with you, Trinidad and Tobago, and I am reminding you of our give. Hear what? I am here to let you know that, or encourage you. Iron, there's a steam iron and a coffee maker for you to win Friday. A steam iron and a coffee maker. I ain't going back to the lines just now. I will tell you when I'm going back to the phone lines, but I need you to text 9191 from your B Mobile or digital handset so that you can win yourself this steam iron and a coffee maker. I'm going to put it up on the stream for you to see it, all right? So you have to go on to our live stream and you're going to see the coffee maker. All right, you're going to see it. So I need you to go on to our live stream. I'm going to put it up for you to see.
The name, you might know me from my days. I was tearing up the stage, I was mashing up the place. Who would think a few years later I would change up my behavior to something greater? I get an encounter. God said, listen, daughter, I have an assignment here for you. This ain't what I send you here to do. Michelle, girl, I love ya. Come back to your father. And right in that moment my heart was changed. One set of tears and one no more face. Thank God for amazing grace. Turn a different page. Nobody can stop my praise. Nobody can stop my praise. People say that I ain't changed. Them go say what they go say. Nobody nothing for we. No. Tell them it has nothing for we. Outside.
Nobody going outside.
I'm not going no way.
I'm leaning on the Lord's side today.
All right, so I'm back with you. So if you go onto our YouTube and Facebook page, you're going to see the giveaway that we have for you this week. So go onto our Facebook and YouTube page. You're seeing the iron and you're seeing the coffee maker. Well, the coffee maker is right underneath there. You can see the coffee maker and the iron. Let me see if I can get it up for you to see it. All right. So you can see the coffee maker and the iron right there. Right, that's it there. So that's the coffee maker and the iron. All right, that we're giving away on Friday. So if you are interested, you can. Well, not if you're interested. I know that you are interested and you want to win. So just text 9191 from any B mobile or digital handset. All right, text 9191 from any B mobile or digital handset, and you can win yourself the coffee maker and the iron. All right, go onto our Facebook page now, go onto our YouTube page now, and you would see it. You would see what we are giving away this week. You will be able to see what we're giving away this week. So if you go onto our Facebook and YouTube page now, you can see what we are giving away this week. The coffee maker and the iron. All right, go onto our Facebook page now and you'll see it, and you just have to text 9191 from any B mobile or digital handset. All right, you just have to text 9191 from any B mobile or digital handset, and you're winning yourself this. You're winning yourself this coffee maker and iron. You're winning yourself this coffee maker and iron. All right, so you have to go on. You have to go and text now. If you text now, so you could go onto our Facebook and YouTube page now, and you will see what you're winning this week. Go onto our Facebook and YouTube page. So you type in Street 919 FM on Facebook, and also you type it in IWER TV on YouTube, and you will see what you're winning this week on Friday. All right, so this Friday is where we do the draw on at 5 p.m. So text to win. And remember, this Wednesday, today, all right, we have on IWER stage Worship Wednesday with a live performance by Ezekiel, right? Minister Ezekiel with Pastor John Corridor from 6 p.m. All right. Contributions can be made by the following: using your B mobile or digital handset. Again, text in your name to 9191, which allows you to contribute only $20. All right, go to FundMe TT, choose the campaign of your choice, and make your contributions there. Also, you can, if you are for my foreign listeners from the UK, also those of you who are in Atlanta and Canada, all of you who are listening, you can also go on to Cash App payable to 1-863-594-3659. All right, and make your contributions there. Also, you can see it live this evening at the Street 919 FM Facebook page, Neil IWER George Facebook page, and IWER TV on YouTube. Join us on Instagram on IWER George Instagram. Sponsors: ADC Supermarket, American Stores, KFC, Caches, and LCB, and Super Quality. All right, so those are some of our sponsors for Worship Wednesday and IWER Stage. All right, Dixie, biscuit. Today we have fun, whether on the road or home. All right, now is the time to take a break. A great flavor, hand in hand. Hold back hunger all the way. Liming Dixie all the way. Share a good time, Dixie Biscuit. Work till midnight, this Dixie Biscuit. When it comes to a snack, Dixie all the way. All right? So make sure and get yourself some Dixie Biscuit. Make sure and get yourself some Dixie Biscuit, Trinidad and Tobago. So as I said to you a while ago, so one of the callers would have, I don't know how he would have brought in the consistency of bringing foreign investigators with I don't know. I just sometimes things are far-fetched for me, or it may go over my head. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi.
You know I love your program, right? So I always.
Pardon?
I say you know I love your program, right?
All right, thank you.
I always love it, right? Pastor Google, I want to ask you this, right? 91.9 from morning till after you, whatever. Is the station we just get information from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're saying that like say yes. Right. But that's in mind, I want to ask something because I don't know everything. I pretend to know everything. I just learn plenty here too. Before Mr. Lawrence Morales became the AG, was any of the 9 persons his clients?
Yes.
Right. And when he became AG and they won death row all that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Didn't one of the clans or something wanted to have a territory about who he gave money, who didn't have money, who he lent money, who he sent here, who he sent to school. The reason he wanted to have a territory. Am I correct?
I can't remember that one. I might have been too young to know that one.
Right, I was saying, I call him because somebody might remember. And then after, 9 got hung, right? So, Pascal, this vigil that the unions are having, as a stop quick and thing.
Are you going to be a part of it?
So, this vigil that the unions want to have, right? It's a good thing, I hear that. But I want to ask the president of Twitter, when the woman teacher, the female teacher, got bludgeoned and shared with a hammer and died just recently, only like vigil and come out, that was on all your fraternity. I want to ask Mr. Anissa, let me go ask him. Then workers from your organization went before the JSC and talk about the abuses that they have to endure there. I asked him because I think I see it on TV. Did vigil light and anything happen there for the keeping women safe and all that? I want to ask all the other unions. The president of the largest union in Trinidad and Tobago is before the courts. On 1 count of rape and 4 counts of sexual assault. Before the courts, is innocent until proven guilty. And he's also the president of NATUC. Did any of you come out and like vigil and distance for themselves to do anything? Or is it all just say, well, I just allege it and we ain't thinking thing in that? I'm very curious. Are you all right in the rhythm now with this situation and then going to tie it into the fact that public officers didn't get an increase in salaries in 2013? Is that the stint all they're going to take? Because I'm trying to understand why now? Ashanti Riley. Oh my God, that was a beautiful thing because that's how the whole nation grip and then we hear the gruesome death. What about Shannon Banfield, a woman left to rot in a store and Charlotte Street, the store still open and people going in there and shop normal. And see the vigil and all that. So is it opportunities? People is taking out people real hurt and pain and using it for political mileage. I just ask them, it's very curious that the unions are coming out now to light vigil 6 o'clock in the night. In the night to light vigil for Miss Shanna, the young lady, Miss Andrea Barrett, who died. I'm not saying it's something bad they're doing, but I'm questioning. She's not the first person and first woman who would have died. And gruesome deaths. And here the unions come out and like no vigil But now you want to ride a rhythm because you see like it has some movement apparently happening, and it's the deceitfulness that can't take. And to tutor president again and say is a female. One of your own, in your own profession, get bludgeoned in your head with a hammer and dead. Just late last year, the mean tutor make a pronouncement. If they did, I probably miss it. Me and the like a vigil at candle, but only going now because a rhythm section happening here now. They decide we go ride it because you know what? Negotiation didn't happen since 2013, so we go ride it, we go use it. I just asking a question, Pastor Google. As I said, this is the place where we come for the info, and we also ask questions and get answers. Thanks, and we from safely.
Wow. Wow. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Pastor Google, the trade union movement is just to ride workers back and for them to buy BMW and fancy cars. They don't care about workers and they don't care about the benefits of workers. You understand? They chase workers out of the PSA building. They had to go by the bargaining unit, Bank and General, in order to get back in. Right? And then they say all kind of things. They care about public servants and all kind of things. Waste of time. You understand? They don't even know the law and things concern public servants or the Minister of Finance and things. Right? The Minister of Finance is the sovereign employer of all public servants. You understand? Because they could go to the Parliament with the budget and cut public servant salary.
All right, I have to go for a break, caller.
They're going for a break?
Yeah.
Royal Castle Soca Shot on the Street 919. Thinking of what to have for lunch or dinner? Here's a meal tip from Royal Castle. Beach, heading to the river, or perhaps having a get-together at home? Take the hassle out of the line. Pop into Royal Castle and pick up the mega meal. Get 12 tasty pieces of chicken with flavor to the bone, together with 6 regular sides. Mix them up with your choice of fries, coleslaw, potato or fresh salad, plus a 2-liter soft drink. Let us handle the cooking while you focus on a good time with your crew. So, pick up a mega meal or two from Royal Castle. It's our culture and our taste. That was the Royal Castle meal tip on the Street 919. That was the Royal Castle Soca Shot on the Street 919.
Royal Castle happily presents our New Year giveaway. When you buy a family meal, you could be in to win some happiness. A kitchen appliance combo of a new stove, fridge, and microwave. Whoa! A living room set, a washer-dryer combo, or a dining room set. Other goodies include Samsung Smart TVs, grocery vouchers, or one of 20 tablets. Just write your info on your bill and slip it into the entry box in store. It's easy to win with our New Year giveaway.
This just a fire, oh this just a fire, yeah. This just a fire, oh this just a fire, no. This just a fire, oh this just a fire, this just a fire, oh this just a fire. The whole world can shake up. Government's putting on makeup. I don't know when all of my people gonna wake up. They fall in love with the world, it's time to break up. No time to play, this time's to pray. Open up your Bible and read what it says. We're living in the very last days. We're living in the iron and clay. Perilous times gonna come, but we just in the try.
All right, I'm back with you. Going back to the phone lines. Remember, I want you to text 9191 from your B-Mobile or Digicel handset and win yourself a steam iron and a coffee maker. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor. Well, I don't know if you're connected to the TV right now, but I've seen that the ministry is saying now distributing the vaccine.
Yeah, well, we had that in our news until 12 o'clock that they were going to start to give out the vaccine.
Yeah. Very interesting. So I want to find out all the conspiracy theorists now, what they will say about it, about the mark of the beast. But anyway, with Miss Jenny, I agree with her 100%. As far as I am concerned, Pastor Google, some of these so-called candlelight vigils, some of these things is not genuine. Some of them is hoax. And it's basically keep Noel 136 all over again. Same thing with the so-called smelter plan, with these NGOs popping up and saying they're against the smelter plan. It's the same thing with the so-called rapid railway protest. People who were against the rapid railway now are here to say, bring it back because they say it's to protect women. So, I don't know, Pastor Google. It's just, they're not real. They're not genuine. And this is just a political opportunity to force the government to call out early elections. It's the same method they did in 2007. The force when Patrick Manning, instead of calling for 2012, they forced them to call the first election in 2010 and they see the results. So basically, this is what they're trying to do. Force the government to call out early election. Keep Noel 136 all over again. You have a good day.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google, and good afternoon to your listenership. Now, Pastor Google, this issue in the country, I've been paying some attention to it, right? And I just want to ask a question.
You know what's the discussion, right?
Yes, I know it's the discussion about the hanging and thing, but
okay.
I'm just saying all of that is tied into the fact that women are being slaughtered in the country the way they are being, right? But I just want to ask a question, right? What if, or if it was, right, your son, Pastor Google, being a suspect in custody of the police, or even Mr. Griffith's son, right? If his posture, or your posture, or the posture of many other persons in society would be the same, right? If your son or daughter were the suspect and their portion was the portion of what took place. Not only with these two gentlemen, you know, but other people before who were in police custody that met their demise. You see, Pastor Google, and you see, Ms. Jenny's contribution is always so on point, where we always have to factor in other things. Sometimes we might be discussing one thing, Pastor Google, but there are so many other things hinged on it. Just like the gentleman would have raised the point of the consistency that does not exist. You understand? In certain matters. We just mama in ourselves if we do not want to take Jenny's point into consideration, where we have to put all factors on the table when dealing with certain things, and the other gentleman as well, where we have to be consistent when dealing with things, because what sense or what will I achieve if I am telling one of my sons, if you do this, this is the penalty, but the next one is able to get away?
All right, let me take our next call. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor Google. You got some stats where a guy told you that murders was done in 99. And 2001, it rose like it was under 199. That's why I told you, Pastor Google, when the infighting started within the UNC at that point in time, do you remember Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj was fired as Attorney General by Basdio Pandey? And that's when crime started to reign again. And Basdio Pandey threw his hand in the air. That is when there was the Piarco inquiry, when Dr. Rowley, Mr. Manning, and the deceased Kenneth Valley was dismantling the UNC. But the pattern is there between 95. It wasn't only about the hanging. It was that Lawrence Maharaj, as Attorney General, also signed a shipwrighter agreement with the United States of America, which was allowing them to cross border in the line of drug trafficking. So all that played a part. But the period between 91 and 95, an integral part of Patrick Manning calling an early election was crime. So Pastor Google, let me ask you a question. Do you remember that Lawrence Mirage was also the attorney for the Jamaat al-Muslimin. You remember that?
I believe so.
Okay, and when he came in power, what did he do? That doesn't take away the competence. That is why, that doesn't take away the competence of him as a criminal lawyer and as a constitutional lawyer. That is why Dr. Rowley and all attorney generals and legal jurists always turn to him for his advice. That doesn't take away his competence. You had a foursome with Joseph Theodore as National Security Minister, a former Brigadier of the Army, and Ramesh Lawrence Mirage. And
yeah, but even Mr. Mirage is saying that it is very difficult now.
It's difficult.
So then, I hear you what you're saying, but at the end of the day, even the man who you are holding up in high esteem is saying that it's difficult.
Not me. He is one of.
Remember, caller, you are holding him up.
Yes,
you try but you can't say you cannot say not you. You are holding him up. Other people don't. Other persons who would look at his track record will not hold him up in high esteem like that.
His track record in what? His legal profession, his legal work. His competence is there as Attorney General.
Well, again, caller, that is your view.
I am not. Hold on. I am not dealing with Ramesh as attorney. I'm dealing with his record as Attorney General. He was one of the most effective Attorney General.
Again, that is subject to your view.
Yeah, but the facts is there.
No, you can't. You listen to me, and I don't want to have this back and forth because again, all I'm saying to you. I am saying to you that people will call in and disagree with you.
Well, I am saying the facts is there. When he was Attorney General, just look at the results he got as Attorney General. That is what I'm saying.
Okay, caller.
Facts is there. It's cool here.
All right, thank you. That's your view. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor Google, you know in history, why they do hang woman. The fourth woman that they hang, all she barely fall out there.
All right. Okay. I'm not even discussing that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, there's a difference between the two incidents. So you're talking about a person, an average person living in an average neighborhood who really do have no, well, to say that they have any wealth or anything that they end up with like millions and millions of dollars in cash in paper bags, garbage bags, carry boxes, all over room, and I mean, it's something weird with that. Something had to be weird. And then when you look at it now, before the investigation, police raid the place in a matter of hours, they just hand it back, nothing. And then when you look into it, some police officers, army officials, and then they're saying other person of high office in Trinidad is involved in it. Would you give it back to them to investigate it? Or would you look to see to make sure everything cool and everything good, bring in somebody who's neutral and who have no relationship or anything with anybody and let them just check it for me and make sure everything's straight up? Because we have been told that millions of dollars it was in people wall and all kind of things that they had. Plus, when they change the notes, how much money missing? All money that the central bank account fund still waiting for. So, these things must call for a thorough investigation and things, right? Money is power, money could do all kind of things. Money could finance a coup and all kind of things. Then you look on the other side now, a few police officers, and they went and they think then, it seems to, until the investigation come through, you would know what really happened. Also, there is a department that was set up for things like that. So it does override the department. If the department needs help and they want outside help, like a foreign specialist in a special area where everything, we do have the people here, they bring in the people and them to help. But to make that as an argument, I don't see no argument in that. I see that is a simple matter to deal with, because, and don't tell me that police are get away with them things. I know plenty of policemen who have been arrested and is in jail waiting on trial for murder and all these things. So for people to come and say the police that do that and police that do that. I have a little issue with it. I know that there are the bad police officers, but for me to broad brush the police officers as all the police service as bad, and when we look at the murder rates, it's 500 every year. And when you look at it, about 80% of the killings in the 500 murders is by guns. So don't tell me that, and don't tell me them bandits don't shoot behind the police and them. And don't tell me the police and them, when the police and them had to shoot back behind a bandit, he didn't bounce to shoot the man and kill the man, he could have shoot and wound the man in the foot. All these things and them don't make sense. It's illegal to have firearms. We're doing the firearm in the first place. Because when the same fireman come back and start to wipe out people's personal family and those things, they'll be calling the police not doing the job. I don't want to tie the police hands that the police afraid now to go and arrest because, somebody will make a report and somebody go say this and somebody go say that. Yes, there are police officers who do certain things that is unscrupulous, and there is a department that you could go and vent your complaint to, and they do investigate it because I use them, and I find they are very professional. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. I want to tell that caller before, I disagree with him as Ramesh as being the best any lawyer in this country. Ramesh will go down in history as allegedly one of the most corrupt attorney generals in this country. That is the same man who stand up, who was side by side with Dulce and the gang and turned back on and arrest the hangman on them. And the only reason why in 99 around the crime rate went down, I want to tell that caller something, is because when the people, citizens realize next start up, they start up just fighting, they panic, and they make a backpedal. But I want to talk about something else too. I hear Ms. Kamala Prasad jumping out and talking about nearly a whole half an hour about THA and THA election. That is not the same Kamala who refused to send people to put up candidates in THA. You see the level of double standard and the level of hypocrisy. All of a sudden, all you jump out to defend Tobago. Right? But I want Tobago to still take that and listen and learn and understand what is at play here. With these deceitful people, these corrupt people. You defended THA. You wouldn't send a representative to stand up for all of a sudden all in love with THA. Too much of hypocrisy and double standard and all them people who call in vigil and all kind of thing. You see all them vigil when Ashanti they die. You understand? So it's a set of race and double standards in this country. And we the people of the People's National Movement and our majority of right-thinking citizens would not be pursuing. We would not be fooled by all the hypocrisy. Pastor Google, good program as usual. Mr. I'm out last doctor and listening.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Remember, text and win. Text and win. All right. I have up on the screen, I have up the iron and the coffee maker that you can win. On Friday, the draw will be taking place. So if you don't text and win, then you do have a chance, Let's let you know. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google. For the last caller, I'm adding my 2 cents. The reason why children put up candidates because the Tobago arm of the UNC National Congress already put up candidates already, which is the UNC, and if I'm not mistaken, one of their members who won a seat used to be a UNC senator. That was the pastor. And for Kamala Prasad who say that she don't want the seat to preach until 2015, and the only way to decide who could run THA is a cash. It's a draw lot. But that makes double standard. Because when, in 2013, when she institutionalized the proportional representation based on the majority vote, right? If like, for example, Sandy Gandhi, if 4-4 draw, somebody with the majority vote will be able to run the corporation. And that was what the PNM did in 2016. They had the majority because of the thing, and that was the true thing. So I don't know the thing about drawing lots. Is that really increase the seats? Or let the government use the proportional representation method, and maybe the PNM could still run the THA. That's all I say. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, afternoon, Pastor Google. I just have one simple point to you. I have a person always in Tobago. I every single month as a rule, a week, 2 weeks, I've been in Tobago. And I have a little understanding about some of the things in the station Tobago. One of the things is I hear the caller saying that how why can't I ever send a representative in Tobago? You see, it's not just about sending a representative in Tobago, right? It's about you have to get somebody to fight a UNC seat in Tobago. You can't bring somebody from Trinidad to do that. You have to get somebody from Tobago. You understand? It's not just about doing that. And at the point in time, you look at it. We already have Mr. Duge, we have the PNM, our good put it in Tobago, right? You could do what you want. Nobody is going to vote for no UNC in Tobago unless it's somebody who they know, somebody who born and bred in Tobago, and things like that. That's what the caller just understand that about this whole situation. Thank you.
All right. Okay, caller. I hear you, caller. Remember this evening on IWER stage, we have Mr. Ezekiel. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, strong statement from what Mr. PNM. Strong statement, but I hear what you're saying, but Ramesh Lawrence Maraj would have put himself up for representation, and he won a seat. Ramesh Lawrence Maraj came in and was put as the Attorney General. As the Attorney General, he has a job to do. And if he go in after certain things and he want to get certain things done, he had to do it. I remember him recusing himself from certain aspects of that Dolce case. So what should have happened was that because he was the Dolce thing that they were supposed to move him or not move him because he recused himself from certain aspect of that case, but he should not do the job that he was elected to do. There are some of the questions I am asking to try to make some sort of a level judgment of somebody. Now, the gentleman went on to say other things that brought in heavily on the libel. And if I was you, Pastor Google, I play that disclaimer. Because, Ramesh, pure lawyer can just go and tarnish his name just like that. And he can get away. But I hear you. It's a theory that, I can look at. I did look at it at a certain time. I do have certain issues with Ramesh Lawrence Maraj or whatever it is, but without facts or without evidence to back my facts, I would not go as that far to go deeply into doing things like that. And then again, you see, we have to understand that if we want to get rid of the high crime and lawlessness, you have to take a stand. And it mightn't be pleasant while it's happening, because I remember we like to talk, and as I always say that, as we use this one as an example, we like to talk about the Singapore model, and look how Singapore is the light years above us. But I remember years ago, the Singapore government had problems with dealing with the same crime that all these international bodies that they had to forget that and start to pop people neck and all kind of nonsense. You can't throw a chewing gum on the streets of Singapore because you will be arrested. They're still flogging people in Singapore. These things are barbaric. You could never do that, Dr. Rowley. For Dr. Rowley to do that, or for government, any government to do that, it might take us about 15 years to bring legislation and get that done, because you'll always be opposition on that. So I hear you, but I also understand that you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you have to deal with the crime, it's all the crime you have to deal with. Thank you very much.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Pastor Google. I changed my mind. I'm sorry, Pastor Google, I changed my mind. Don't have no hanging again. Don't quite this hanging bill. Quite don't worry about hanging. Let me stop just, we want to think that, we want to commit crime. Just, if you have so long time to hold them, let them go and spend some time and let them come out. Let them come out of jail. That's because they can't find out no evidence where we could kill people and things. Let them don't like them. Then we do it for themselves. Then we do it for themselves. Don't worry, the government must go through one set of worries and things. Let them do it for themselves. If they like each other, they will do it for themselves. Have a blessed day.
Cause each and every morning them still I get grace. Yeah, yes. Come on to me if you heavy and laden. and I will give you rest. I'm a problem solver, burden bearer, but I'm not a spare tire. Jesus wants all of you. Jesus wants all of me. Not for some things or sometimes, 7 days of the week. Jesus wants all of you. Jesus wants all of me. Everything I
All right, I have to play a voice. Let me play some of these voice notes.
Good contribution, Mr. PNM. You keep up the good work.
Okay. All right, so I'm looking to make my way out of the studios of the Street 919 FM. And coming up yet next, I believe, is Miss Aisha Wells. She's going to take you until about 6 o'clock or thereabouts, maybe about 5:30, because we're going straight to IWER stage, all right, at 6 o'clock. So Miss Wells may be with you until about 5:30, you never know, or quarter to 6. All right, so don't touch your dial, stick and stay. All right, stick and stay. I can take about one last call before I go, if you're so lucky. Yeah, I can take one last call before I go. So we were looking at today about the hanging and the hangman, and if we think that the hangman is, if the hangman will somewhat deter people from committing crime, murder. And we had two opposing sides. People would have pulled their evidence and presented their case. And yes, Manu, last caller.
Yes, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Well, I think the hangman was always there, but there's nobody going to the gallows. That's the thing. And them fellas ain't afraid nobody, because they always tell themselves they're going to get away because they're among. If ever hangman they still, and all of them still doing all kind of wrong things. They always tell themselves they're going to get away. And when they go in jail, somebody fights for them. So 5 years they stay inside on bail, unarmed remand, and then they say Pattern Morgan say some kind of you can't get hanged. Next thing you know, they get out some kind of house. I say bust it throat.
All right, thank you. So I'm out of here, Trinidad and Tobago. Don't touch your dial, stick and stay. Coming up next, Miss Aisha Wells.
Safe and relaxed professional massage therapists and nutritionists? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Johnny Q Auto Parts Division says it's an assault on battery prices. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar. Starting from $488. Yes, $488. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed by Massey Automotive. And only available at Tobago Color Shop. Suppliers of paint, plumbing, and hardware materials. Old Farm Road, Shore Park, Tobago. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 725-5873 or 474-2456. And in Trinidad at Johnny Q, 15 R. Peter Avenue, Woodbrook. Remember, batteries from $488.
Peace in the name of the Lord Jesus. This is Bishop Tony from the Church of Christ is Built. I will be bringing the word of God to you on this very radio station, the Street 91.9 FM. On Wednesdays, 11:15 to 11:45 a.m. Tune in and be blessed. My book, Your Future in the New Heaven and New Earth, will be on sale. Purchase a copy of Your Future in the New Heaven and New Earth. Call 1-868-364-2119, 1-868-363-4520, or 1-868-287-0850. Where are you going to spend the rest of your life after death? Jesus said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. You could live in one of those mansions happily forever after you die if you believe. Look in and listen, call and clarify, purchase and be blessed. In Jesus' name.
When you text on the Street 919 FM, you can win weekly fabulous prizes. Text to win. Using your B-Mobile or Digicel handset, text your name to 9191, which allows you to win. One winner will be selected every Friday at 5 p.m. Listen, text, and win. You can also view live streams on Facebook at The Street 919 FM and YouTube at The Street 919 FM. Text to win on